today's video where I'll be covering the LCK and LPL for my League of Legends roundup. Today is February 19th. We have the LCK here, week 5, day 4, and the LPL will be week 5, day 6. The games today in the LCK were underwhelming. The best team going into it was DRX, and they lost 2-0 to HLE. We're upset. And the second series was Fred Brion KDF. Now, if you haven't watched one of these videos before, this is a good opportunity to tell you why you should watch these videos if you want highlights and tidbits on what happened in a game, instead of watching a 44-minute affair or two 44-minute affairs between KDF and Fred Brion. Like, who wants to watch that? But if you want to know, oh, well, why did KDF win 2-1, that's what this is for. I'm going to give you the highlights and, an MVP and whatever. And then if you want to look back for yourself to see a moment, you can. So Series 1, HLE would start by diving bot at 7 minutes, and then they would dive bot again at 11 minutes. So HLE were destined to try and get Samdi ahead, and he ended up being the MVP as a result. So all this prio down in bot lane gets them an Infernal, puts them up 3.5k gold. 15 minutes, Fred Brion try and take a Rift Herald. HLE punish them 2-1. HLE then win a fight in mid 2-1 at 16 minutes, turning that into an Ocean. If you're not getting the picture in game 1, it was all HLE, hence 19-6. There's a skirmish in top at 18 minutes. It went 1-1. So at 20 minutes, HLE were up 8-3, 4.5k gold, and Samdi was 4-0-3 on the Jhin. HLE would then get a pick, go to Cloud Soul Point, win a skirmish in mid 2-0 at 24 minutes, Dudu with a double kill on Jax. Then, right after that, they would take a Baron and win 1-0 afterwards, I believe. Yeah, they did win 1-0 afterwards, and we're up 7k gold, so HLE are just, in complete control. During their Baron, they'd win a fight in the jungle 3-2, Karis with a double kill on Ryze. Also take a Cloud Soul during that Baron. HLE then would take a second Baron after winning a fight 3-0, Samdi with a double kill at 31 minutes, and end off of it, Dudu getting a solo on Kingen in the Gwen-Jax matchup in the side lane to start the end for them. So 19-6 final score. Game 2, a little slower, a lot slower actually. There's less written here and it was 9 minutes longer. The first two instances of action occurred around Drake's at 7 minutes. HLE took the Hex Tech. DRX would punish them, getting a kill. I believe the Leona killed the Graves as he smited the dragon. At 13 minutes, HLE then would take a Cloud, winning 2-0, and then get a pick. DRX would respond by taking an Ocean. So between what ends up happening here is between 15 minutes and 28 minutes, there are no kills. So HLE get the pick at 15. DRX take the Ocean, like I said. An update by 21 minutes. HLE are up 1.5k gold. The score is 3-1. DRX take another Ocean. 28 minutes. HLE win 3-0 in mid. Samdi with a double kill. 29 minutes. HLE would then take a Baron, a 4.5k gold lead. HLE would use that Baron to go to Ocean Soul Point. There's a skirmish in top lane at 33 minutes and went 1-1. DRX would then go to Soul Point uncontested as well. So not a lot happened around objectives in this game. Actually, the only objective that was actually contested was at 7 minutes when HLE took the Hextech Drake, and it was just a cheeky little thing by the support. So outside of that, there was no contention or at least bloodshed for an objective that was ended up being taken. 41 minutes, there's a skirmish in the jungle and went 1-1. 42 minutes is when the game blew open for HLE. They won 4-0 in the river. Vista with a triple kill on the Karma. And then at 43 minutes, HLE would push to end, 13-4, off of that fight. So 2-0 for HLE. DRX had their full roster and struggled. I think we have the big three in Korea right now with T1, Gen G, and Damwon, despite their struggles. And then I feel like DRX, KT, and Red Force are three teams that are going to just cycle throughout the season, not knowing when they want to be good and when they don't want to be. Like DRX, they just went on a streak, and now they're out. Red Force did it. KT did it, and it seems like the fourth seed is musical chairs. Game 2, Series 2, Kwangdong and Frederick Brion. This was definitely a series that you want highlights of, so you don't have to watch it. I'm a big Frederick Brion hater when it comes to how they play the game of League of Legends. So, Game 1, KDF started the game slow. They were willing to handshake with Frederick Brion. Let's play a marathon of a series. So, they take a Hex Tech. KDF would get the first couple kills, winning 2-1 to take the Rift Herald at 8 minutes. They would take a Mountain. Frederick Brion would take a Rift Herald at 16 minutes, but KDF would punish them 2-1. Afterwards, KDF go to Ocean Soul Point. This is all before 20 minutes. At 20 minutes, by this point, to recap, KDF are up 4-2, 2.5k gold. KDF would go win a fight 2-1 in River at 21 minutes, leading to Ocean Soul uncontested. 25 minutes, they took a Baron uncontested, 4k gold lead. Frederick Brion and Morgan specifically would ruin a lot of that power play's power. Getting a double kill in the jungle on the Akali for Frederick Brion. That was the only bright spot for them all game long. KDF would end a couple minutes later, 5-0 in bot. Teddy with a double kill. Teddy ends up being MVP. He showed up in all 3 games in some way, shape, or form. So I ended up making him MVP. Game 2, another slow start. Frederick Brion would take an Infernal. Frederick Brion would then win a fight 2-0 for the Rift Herald and also get a 2v2 kill at 9 minutes. So, a lot's going on for Frederick Brion in the early game. They take a Cloud. 15 minutes, they're up 3-0, 3k gold. So, it's a lot like KDF was in the first game. They're just an early lead, and they're not looking back. So, at 16 minutes, KDF would dive bot, but Frederick Brion would respond, going to Hextech Soul Point, and then taking the Hextech Soul at 23 minutes, 3-1. So, we already have a Hextech Soul at 23 minutes. KDF would then get a couple picks in the River at 26 and 28 minutes. 1-0 and 2-0. Fate with a double kill on the Akali in those skirmishes. 29 minutes, KDF would take a Baron after winning a fight 2-1. I mean, actually, that's a lie. They took a Baron, but Frederick Brion won that fight 2-1 afterwards. So, at 30 minutes, when this Baron has begun, but also has been limited by the 2-1 loss, Bro are up 9-6 or 8-6, but the gold is tied. 32 minutes, KDF would waste their entire Baron with Frederick Brion dancing around the Elder. In the end, Frederick Brion get it after a 1-1 fight, 32 minutes. 38 minutes, Frederick Brion would then take a Baron, winning a pick 1-0, so they had a 1.5k gold lead. A minute later, Kwangdong would win a fight 3-1, Teddy with a double kill to take the Elder again for a second time. However, KDF would not do anything with it. At 40 minutes, the game is tied 11-11 after KDF have taken the second Elder. They're up 2.5k gold, and Fate is 5-2 and 4 on the Akali. But at 44 minutes, Frederick Brion would get a fight in mid 5-0 Lava with a triple kill on Corki to end it and win 16-12. A very close second game. Game 3, another 44-minute banger. Frederick Brion would go top lane twice in the first 6 minutes to try and get ahead up there. They would then go to River at 9 minutes. So Frederick Brion are really coming out strong and quick. 10 minutes, KDF would take a Rift Herald 2-1. Frederick Brion would respond on the other side of the Rift, taking a Mountain. There's a skirmish in the River that won 1-1. After the reset, KDF would take a Cloud. So at 20 minutes, Frederick Brion are up 5-3. KDF are up 1.5k gold. So it's one of those classic things where a team has kills but no gold. 21 minutes, KDF win a fight 2-1 in mid. That leads to priority over Baron, which they would take after an LM double kill on the Volibear. That Baron started at a 5.5k gold lead. Both teams would then exchange Infernals as they took a step back. So between 23 and 32 minutes, there were no kills. At 32 minutes, KDF would win a fight 2-0 in the jungle. Teddy with a double kill. However, Lava would solo kill Fate on another part of the Rift. So this kind of, was a wash. 33 minutes. Frederick Brion would steal the Baron from KDF, which was a big play. This cut the gold lead down to 3.5k. As well as Lava would solo kill Hoyt a couple minutes later during the power play, which gave Frederick Brion Infernal Soul Point. So Lava on the LeBlanc is getting, he's just one-shotting people left and right. After the Baron subsided and Frederick Brion are at Soul Point, KDF are up 11-8, 3k gold, and Teddy is 5-1 and 4 on the Aphelios. So I haven't really mentioned it by name besides that double kill, but you know he's been pretty active in the game. He's been in 9 of the 11 kills in some way, shape, or form. He's been playing very well. He ends up, like I said, being MVP. He had a double kill at the Elder, which should have won them the game in Game 2. He played a part in Game 1, so he ended up being MVP. 40 minutes, KDF prevent Infernal Soul from going to Fred Brion in a fight that goes 1-1. Them going to Infernal Soul point themselves. 41 minutes, Fred Brion take the Baron, but they could not do anything with it. So after that subsided at 44 minutes, KDF win 2-0 in mid and then push it down mid and end 16-9. Very close second series between these two teams that are definitely in the bottom half of the standings and in our hearts right now. I would say all 4 teams really kind of are like that. DRX might have just had a bad series. We'll see how they play coming up this week. But, you know, it's at least 3 or 4 teams that we really don't think much of outside of, you know, individual players like Teddy and Keen. And Fred Brion really don't have those guys for me. But, you know, it's just one of those things where these teams are not that interesting. But that's for the LCK today. Now on to the LPL. All right, now the LPL. We had 3 series today, as is normal for the weekends. OMG and Team We got us started this morning. 2 teams with losing records, and OMG took care of business against a team lesser than them. So, OMG, actually, both teams would go top lane in the early game. This game was really top focused early on. 6 minutes, OMG would win a fight 2-1 in the river. Cream with a double kill at the time on the rise. OMG would then take a Rift Herald 1-0. Team We would respond on the other side of the Rift, taking an Ocean. OMG then would get a couple team fight wins, which really extended their lead in this game, and then they never looked back. They got a 2-0 in bot and then a 2-0 in top. Then went mid. So Aki ends up being MVP because he was very active in both games. And in game 1, he might not have gotten the kills, but he was all over the place on the Xin Zhao. So he ends up being MVP. By 15 minutes, OMG are up 8-3, 3K gold, and Cream is 4-0-1. They go then take an Infernal, get a kill in the jungle, get a pick to take a mountain at 20 minutes. So at 20 minutes, OMG are really cruising. 22 minutes, OMG take the Baron after a 1-1 fight, puts their gold lead to 4K. Team We would force a reset as OMG tried to end. They got a pick, and it made OMG take a step back. During that step back, OMG would go to Mountain Soul Point, however. 27 minutes, OMG would get a couple kills in the river. And then at 29 minutes, they win 4-0. Abel getting a double kill in that fight to push and end 17-5. Game 2, as you see here, 18-12, was a lot closer. The early game was slower. Team We throwing the first punch at 7 minutes at the Drake, Ocean Drake. They would take it. Shanks with a double kill on Rise. So once again, Rise playing a big part in the early game, just for the other team. Team We would then build on that lead, getting a pick, and then going bot with 2 kills at 11 minutes. And they weren't stopping there. They did take a Cloud at 13 minutes, but this is where OMG started taking the game back. Team We would take that Cloud. OMG would punish them 2-0. Skirmish in the jungle at 15 minutes. So, 15 minutes. Team We are up 7-4. Shanks is 2-0-3, but OMG are crawling back. There was a pick by Team We at 16 minutes. 18 minutes, OMG would stop the Drake stacking in a fight that went 3-3. That was really close. Beishang for Team We had a double kill in that fight on Hecarim. 20 minutes, OMG would steal the Baron. Also a big reason why Aki ends up being MVP. Probably, they could probably have lost this game if it wasn't for that steal. Team We did, have a lead at the time. So that Baron sequence was kind of weird as well. There was a skirmish and went 1-1. Team We tried to force a Baron. OMG steal it. They get a kill afterwards, so they have a 3K gold lead. During that Baron, they would take another Hextech Drake, winning the fight 4-0. Aki and Abel with double kills respectively. 25 minutes, OMG were up 13-12 after the Baron had subsided. 5.5K gold lead, and Abel and Aki are 4, 2, and 7 each. 27 minutes, OMG would end 5-0, Abel with a quadra kill on the Jinx. So, 2-0 win for OMG. They're trying to stay in the hunt for the playoffs. and that was a big, big thing they had to do, take care of business against a bottom of the standings opponent. Series 2 wasn't close on paper, wasn't close on the Rift. BLG coming off a loss, Anyone's Legend riding high, and BLG took care of business. So they went with Doggo instead of Uzi at AD, and it worked for him. Anyone's Legend would start the game off at 4 minutes, going top lane. BLG was on the other side of the Rift taking a mountain later on. Fofo would get his first of 2 solo kills on Forge in this game in the Zoe-Victor matchup, him being the Zoe. So Fofo ends up being MVP. He plays a big role in Game 2 as well, but he played a role in Game 1, obviously. AL would dive bot at 9 minutes, which led to a Hextech Drake. Nothing would happen for several minutes after as BLG took an Infernal. 19 minutes, BLG would go mid, get a kill, so that put them up 2k gold. 20 minutes, Fofo would then kill Forge again, leading to BLG going to Soul Point. 27 minutes, Anyone's Legend would take a Baron after a 2-0 win, but they could not do anything with it as BLG took the Infernal Soul on the other side of the Rift. 30 minutes after the Baron subsided, BLG won a fight 2-0 in the jungle. Game deciding fight came at 34 minutes, BLG winning 4-1 over the Elder, which led right to a Baron, an 8k power play, and then a 5-0 win for BLG. Breathed with a triple kill in top to end at 15-5 on the Gwen. That kind of how the sequence ended in this game. The Elder led to the Baron, which led to a bigger gold lead that Anyone's Legend could not overcome, and they ended off of that Baron. So, Game 2, also a blowout. Anyone's Legend did get up early in this game, but it was really early. 2-1 teamfight win in bot, and then took an Infernal off of that, so Anyone's Legend, are ahead. BLG at 14 minutes will get a pick in the jungle, take an Ocean. So, at 17 minutes, it was tied in kills, but BLG had a 2.5k gold lead. BLG would then get a pick a minute later, which then, over the next couple minutes, BLG were able to extend their gold lead to 3.5k. 20 minutes, BLG would win 3-0 in mid, Fofo with a triple kill on the Orianna, which led to a Baron, 7k gold lead, led to a Hextech Drake, and then it just rolled on from there. 24 minutes, there's a 5-0 team fight win in bot where Doggo had a double kill. 27 minutes, Fofo and ZDZ, one for each side, would have double kills as BLG won a fight 4-2 for the Baron. That gave them a 15k gold lead. I mean, I've never seen a 15k gold lead, let alone a 22 minutes. BLG would end with that 15k gold lead, so that was, obviously, they would end. I mean, if Anyone's Legend overcame that, that'd probably be one for the history books. So, Fofo ends up being MVP. He had the triple kill, which led to the first Baron, and in Game 1, he played a role in eliminating Forge single-handedly. Series 3, JDG and Top. So these are both teams that are underachieving this year. JDG have turned it around lately, but Top really haven't. But now, I mean, as of today, I would say Top, put back to back a couple wins and might be kind of, fixing their issues. JDG, I mean, it was a close series, and they came out on the losing end. So, Game 1, JDG would get out ahead, going top lane 2-0 at 5 minutes. Top would respond by getting a Cloud. Top would then get a 2v2 kill at 8 minutes, and JDG would go top again, trying to get 369 ahead. 9 minutes, Top would dive bot. 10 minutes, another skirmish in top lane. So by 10 minutes, 3 times something has happened top lane. It's very chaotic in the Gragas-Gnar matchup. Pretty ridiculous in a Gragas-Gnar matchup. 11 minutes, Top would get a pick. JDG would take a mountain. 12 minutes, 369 would give JDG what they wanted after JDG had went top so much. He was able to solo kill Jackie Love, who was piloting a Draven in Game 1, which is a nice pick. 13 minutes, Top would get a pick, which made it 5-5. 1k gold lead. 16 minutes, Top would win 2-0 in mid. Jackie Love with a double kill on the Draven. Reset, JDG take a Hextech. 23 minutes. Top would win a fight 2-0, taking a Baron, which gave them a 4k gold lead and pushed them to 7.5k. In the midst of them taking that Baron, JDG would go to Hextech Soul Point. At the time when the Baron really was getting underway, Top were up 9-6. Jackie Love had 6 of the kills on his Draven. You don't want to give a Draven that many kills. Get him fed. 25 minutes, top would win 3-1 in bot. After the Baron subsided a few minutes later, top would take a Hextech Drake, preventing Soul from going to JDG. 3-0. TN with a double kill on the Lee Sin. 29 minutes afterwards, a minute afterwards, at 29 minutes, top would take a Baron, 10k gold lead. JDG did force a reset in their base, 4-1. Hope with a triple kill on Jinx. On Zeri, sorry. And the final fight happened at the Hextech Drake, where top would take it once again to prevent the Soul. 5-1. Jackie Love with a double kill to end it. Game 2, not a lot's written here. Score was 19-4. It wasn't close. The first instance of action happened 1-1 in top at 5 minutes. JDG would take a mountain. 9 minutes, JDG would win a fight in river 4-1. Kanavi with a triple kill. That led to an Infernal. JDG would get a couple kills in bot at 12 minutes. So by 13 minutes, JDG are up 8-2, 5.5k gold, and Kanavi is 5-0-3 on the Viego. So Kanavi really hard carried them in game 2. He then would solo kill Jackie Love a minute later, which led to Ocean Soul Point before 20 minutes, and by 21 minutes, JDG had a 7.5k gold lead. I said that really fast, but not anything really happened between 14 minutes and 21 minutes. Not much at all. So 7.5k gold lead. 22 minutes, top would take the Ocean. JDG would win a fight 5-1 after top did that. Hope with a quadra kill on the Jinx. 23 minutes, JDG would take a Baron, 10k gold lead. And with that Baron, they would end 5-1 in bot. Kanavi with a double kill. Game 3, slow early game. Nobody wanted to lose. That's how it played out. So the early game, actually, there was not a kill before 15 minutes. JDG would stack Drakes, taking an Ocean and a Mountain before a kill even occurred, and JDG got that kill. Pick in the jungle. 16 minutes, JDG would go bot, 2-1. Kanavi with a double kill on Xin Zhao. JDG then would go to Infernal Soul Point. So, and they would get a pick at 19 minutes. So by 20 minutes, top only had one kill in that bot lane skirmish, and we're down 2k gold, 4-1. So 2k gold isn't really big, and obviously top ends up winning this, so it wasn't an enormous gold lead deficit that they had to overcome, but they hadn't done anything by 20 minutes. 22 minutes at the fight for the Infernal, top would win 5-4, forcing a reset. Knight with a triple kill. Knight ends up being MVP. He really hard carried on the victor in these team fights in the game that mattered. So after the reset, top would win 4-0 for the Infernal. Knight with a double kill. So in the two fights around Infernal, Knight had 5 kills. 24 minutes, top would, because they had just killed 4 people, take the Infernal, go on the other side of the rift, take a Baron, 2.5k gold lead. During that Baron, they would take the Infernal again. After the Baron subsided, sorry. So top are ahead, preventing the dragon stacking, have scaled. And at 31 minutes, top would win 5-0 in mid. TN and Wayward with double kills to end it, 19-8. That was that. Top looked good in game 3. JDG also had their moments. So these two teams are pretty similarly matched, which I probably will reflect in my power rankings depending on how tomorrow goes. I don't even know who plays tomorrow, but it'll depend on who plays tomorrow, I guess. So yeah, this was the first half of my videos for the day for the League of Legends Roundup. My second half will come out later tonight, where I will cover the LEC and LCS. If you like this sort of content, like and subscribe, comment below, do whatever you want to do. And yeah, thanks for watching.